Welcome to our Asian Star Trend channel. Today we have the following news, hope you and your friends follow along. From madly criticizing the ex to being a loyal dog, why did Chun's Ximen Lichen make the audience collectively break down? Title, When Madness Meets Devotion, the summer reign of Ximen Lichen. In the early summer of 2025, a storm swept through the Chinese short drama scene and its name was Ximen Lichen. Brought to life by rising star Chun, this character from Zhizi didn't just chase love, he charged at it like a man possessed, wrapped in a designer suit by day and driven by pure romantic obsession by night. Ximen Lichen isn't your typical romantic male lead. He's the prince of a scientific dynasty, a cold-blooded financial manipulator in the boardroom, but the moment night falls, he's on his knees, sometimes literally whispering love confessions in breathy tones, clutching at his ex's sleeve like a man begging for oxygen after being dumped. Does he move on with dignity? Absolutely not. He clings to his ex like a human koala, tearfully muttering baby while handing over a leash. Yes, you read that right, offering to be raised like a puppy if it means getting her back. This blend of emotional chaos and undying loyalty has coined a new buzzword in drama circles. Crazy shell, pure love core. But make no mistake, this isn't just another scorned ex turns loyal dog story. It's a wild roller coaster of emotional whiplash, where the switches from intense angst to laugh out loud absurdity are so fast, viewers barely have time to catch their breath. One moment, you're laughing at his hilariously dramatic antics, the next, you're crying because he's just too soft under all that sharpness, and that's the magic of it all. Social media exploded with reactions. This isn't a winning the ex back arc, one fan wrote. It's me being permanently welded into a jar of sugar. Another commented, he's not chasing her, he's sprinting through an emotional battlefield with a love letter in one hand and a collar in the other. Underneath the madness, though, lies something quietly profound. Ximen Lichen taps into a raw, unfiltered desire to be loved, completely and unconditionally, no matter how broken we are. Behind every over-the-top gesture, there's a man who's trying to heal with love as both his bandage and his battlefield. By the time the credits roll, we're not just entertained, we're wrecked, rebuilt, and maybe even a little braver in love. After all, who among us hasn't, at least once, wanted to throw dignity out the window for one last shot at the person who made us believe in forever? And if Ximen Lichen can go from boardroom beast to lovesick softie, maybe there's hope for the rest of us yet. Title, Ximen Lichen isn't your typical CEO, and that's why we can't look away. What makes Ximen Lichen unforgettable isn't just his dazzling looks or billionaire status. It's the way he shatters the old, dusty mold of the domineering male lead and rewrites the rulebook with trembling fingers and a hair tie in his pocket. In Chun crafts a performance so layered, so emotionally charged, it feels less like acting and more like unraveling. Yes, Ximen is the kind of man who can walk into a high-stakes bidding war and annihilate his competitors with a single cold glance. But walk a few steps behind him and you'll find him secretly tucking Deng Wanzi's hair tie into his coat like it's a sacred talisman. And just like that, the facade cracks when he discovers the heroine is being pushed into an arranged marriage. He doesn't launch into a possessive rage or whip out legal threats. Instead, he gently tugs on her sleeve and murmurs childlike, almost broken, "You're the one who taught me, when you mess up, you make it right." It's a moment that should feel ridiculous, but in Chun's hands, it becomes achingly intimate. Much of this magic lies in his micro-expressions. His Adam's apple trembles when slapped, but he still dares to smile through it, as if pain is just another language of love. And when they finally meet again after heartbreak, the way his fingers hover, not quite touching her hair, but trembling with the memory of it, isn't just acting. It's emotional warfare dressed in restraint. Chun doesn't just play Ximen Lichen, he dissects him. Every moment of vulnerability is a rebellion against toxic masculinity. Every soft gaze is a counterstrike against years of cold CEO tropes. This is a love story that doesn't scream, it smolders at its core. The character is a battlefield of contradictions, ice and fire, dominance and surrender, fear and desperate longing. And we're the willing casualties, hit by every glance, every twitch of the lip, Every unspoken confession in a genre crowded with cookie-cutter leads, Ximen Lichen stands apart, not because he's perfect, but because he's broken in all the right ways. And when love means risking pride, position, and pain, he doesn't hesitate. He simply reaches out and holds on. Title: Ximen Lichen, the dual fantasy that speaks to a generation's emotional dilemma behind the runaway success of Ximen Lichen, the wildly popular male led from Zhizhi, lies more than just sharp visuals and swoon-worthy lines. According to psychologists, it reflects something far deeper: the emotional anxiety of Gen Z. In a recent study, over 75% of young viewers admitted to feeling caught between two opposing forces, a longing to be fully chosen and loved, and the fear of the vulnerability that real intimacy requires. Enter Ximen Lichen, the perfect contradiction. By day, he commands boardrooms with steely dominance. By night, he melts into an almost desperate softness, begging for affection with tear-soaked whispers and outstretched hands. This cold outside, clingy inside dynamic delivers what experts are calling a double-layered catharsis: the thrill of being wanted by someone powerful, admiration of strength, and the comfort of being emotionally needed by someone, soft desire for vulnerability. It's the perfect dorm for modern audiences. And the comments say it all: "This is the only kind of loyal dog I want, one who can switch back to cold CEO mode when needed," one viewer wrote, echoing thousands of others. Another put it bluntly: "He's the emotional support animal for corporate burnout." The dual fantasy doesn't just entertain, it heals, if only for 20 minutes at a time. Ximen's ability to toggle between control and surrender mirrors what many young adults today crave but rarely find in real life: a partner who can protect and submit, lead and yield, dominate and beg, all without breaking trust. In a world where emotional labor is high, expectations are crushing, and real connections often feel like minefields, characters like Ximen Lichen offer a kind of narrative safety net. He's not perfect, but he's willing. And in 2025, that might be the most attractive quality of all, because when love feels like war, sometimes all we want is someone who's willing to lose the battle, just to win us. Title: not just a role. Chun at 23 redefines what it means to feel on screen. While many of his peers are still donning ancient robes and reciting recycled palace clichés, 23-year-old Chun has quietly, firmly and devastatingly raised the bar. With his portrayal of Ximen Lichen in Zhizhi, he doesn't just act out a love chase trope. He transforms it into an emotional case study, a crash course in how heartbreak, pride, and longing can live in a single look. Others play the scorned lover. Chun inhabits him. He doesn't rely on melodrama. He leans into silence, micro-movements, and that raw ache of a man unraveling, not because he's weak, but because he loves too much and knows it might not be enough. It's why fans and critics alike have taken notice. One of the top-rated comments on Dubbin sums it up best: "We don't love him because he's crazy. We love him because he dares to be like the part of us that occasionally wants to break down in real life too." Ximen Lichen is, at his core, a mirror, reflecting the parts of us that are brave in public, but desperately soft in private. He doesn't hide it. He leans into it. And Chun, barely out of drama school, delivers it all with startling maturity in an industry that often rewards formula over feeling. This performance is a quiet rebellion and a declaration: talent isn't about age. It's about truth, and if truth is what Chun brings to every frame, then the future of acting just got a lot more exciting.